my little dumpster fire babies. How is everyone doing this morning? I hope that your day is off to a wonderful, fantastic start. If it's your first time here, hi, my name is Carrington. Not your first time here, hi, welcome back. If you enjoy any and all things makeup related, definitely go ahead, hit that subscribe button, click the little bell so you're notified of all my future uploads. If you enjoyed this video, definitely give this video a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate that. Also, don't forget to go follow me over on Instagram. It's Life with Carrington M, and I will leave it right up here as well. So let's go ahead and let's dive on into today's video, which I'm sure as you saw from the title is the Unearthly Cosmetics Mystery Box. So it comes in a box like this, and I have not opened it up to see what products. I will say it came in like a regular, just like a bubble mailer, like a large bubble mailer and a large black bubble mailer at that. So definitely with the theme. So we are definitely going to be seeing what's in this box. Was it worth the price? Was it worth the price? I don't know. Let's find out. So again, it comes in this really large box. So, and then we're going to open it. Okay. So on the inside, it says Unearthly Cosmetics. It has like this black foam piece. That'll be good for color switching brushes. Okay. So here's everything that has come inside. It looks like we have 3 satin liquid lipsticks, a highlighter palette, and then 3 pressed pigment palettes. So let's go ahead and let's just dive on into what everything is. So let's go ahead and let's start off with the liquid lipsticks. So it's super, look how cute that is. Like it has all like these really like cute, vampy, goth kind of girls on it, and I'm here for it. I am here for it. We're just gonna say that right now. Okay, so then we've got this first shade right here. This is called Ghoulish. And let's open this up. Okay, so it's a dark green. Let's go ahead, let's do some swatches while we're doing this. So this right here is the shade Ghoulish. It's a very, very dark, almost reminds me kind of like an emerald green. So that's cute. So then the next one is going to be, so that one came in a green, and the girl on the front was green. So this one's orange. So I'm wondering if this is going to be like an orange lipstick. And this is in the shade Savage. So, okay, I was wrong. So it is a black lipstick. And if you guys know me, I love a good black. A good black. It's just, I feel like it's reliable. You know, black is just reliable. So next up is going to be the shade Wicked, and this has a purple in front of it. So apparently it's not going off the color of the girls on the front. So, okay, but this one it did. So this one is a purpley type of color. So let's see what we got here. Ooh, pretty. Okay, so here is the purple. So those are all of the liquid lipsticks. So next up in the box that we're gonna look at, see what we got, is going to be this highlighter palette. And again, I think the theme is that the girls that are on it are all like this was the black liquid lip, the green, and the purple. So they're each on a palette. They're on the highlighter palette together, and then they each have a separate liquid lip. So let's see what we get, if I can get it open. There we go. Ooh, that took us a minute, y'all. Okay, so again, the packaging looks the same as it did on the cartridge. So you open it up. Okay. Oh, here we go. Smells kind of like, can't quite put my finger on it. Has a scent, but I can't quite put my finger on what it is. So here we are. We've got like a purpley, a green, and like an orange. So let's see what happens when we swatch them. Okay. So it's definitely like a duochrome type of shade. All right. So these are supposed to be highlighters. I could see maybe using this one. I feel like these two are probably going to be a little bit too dark, but you know, it's we'll find ways to use all these colors. Like we're gonna dive in. This is gonna be like a 3-part series, right? So today we're gonna use one of these. And then the next day we'll do something else. And then the day after that we'll use the last of everything. So it'll be fine. It's all going to come together. So first up we have this palette right here. This is called Chilling. Yes, this is a chilling palette. Ooh, okay. So this is cute. This is cute. So let's go ahead and let's just like start swatching all of these shades. So the mattes are definitely not swatching the best, and then you have kind of like a purplish topperish type of shade. So that's really cute. I love a good purple. I love a good purple. Like you can't tell me nothing in purple. You just can't. Okay, so next up is going to be, this one is called Creepy Crawly. So this is definitely like the green person. And then you open it up and here we are. So here are the swatches of the green palette. We have Toxin, Squirm, Scream, and then Sponge. Spun, not Sponge. I don't know why Sponge is what I decided to go with. Okay, so then last up in the box is this eyeshadow palette. This is called Thirst. So let's see what we've got going on here. All right, so again, cute packaging. Ooh, okay. Okay, all right. So we've got this going on. I think that's super cute. So I've pulled out the green palette, which is the Creepy Crawly. So we're first going to start off with the shade right here called Toxin. And that doesn't have bad pigmentation. It's pretty good. It's working pretty good. Definitely one you're going to have to build up if you really want it to be seen. I'm going to try stamping it on first. See how well that works. Yeah, okay. And then just kind of lightly start blending. There we go. We're now going to move on into the shade right here called Scream. And we're just going to pick that up and I'm just going to move that a little bit lower down. Okay. Okay, this one's also going to have to be built up. Again, it's a pressed pigment palette, so sometimes depending on the formulation, you do have to kind of play around with it a little bit. So, you know, building, stamping, then blending, things like that. So just be, if you bought this mystery box, I don't know if these mystery boxes are still for sale or not. If they are, I will for sure link them down below. But if you do already have this box and you're waiting on it or whatever the case may be, definitely did just want to be like a little bit more mindful that like you may have to work with it a little bit. There we go. So then for the outer corner, we're going to go into this shade right here called Squirm. And we're going to start tapping that on the outer corner. Alright, so I'm now moving into that Spun shade. I did glitter prime my eyelids. I'm just going to build it up. It's like a little bit. Here's the thing, I think this shade would have been so much cuter if this wasn't the other two greens. Like I think it goes with this green really well. It goes with Squirm really well. But like the Toxin and Scream, they're just so light. So light, but like this Spun is like a very like darker, more grungy green, and so is Squirm, but like I don't know. don't know. I don't really know. Okay. This happens to me literally, I feel like, every single time. Here I was doing the lower lash line, thinking I was filming, and I was not. But it looked like I was. It looked like I was whenever I was like looking at it, and I was like, oh yeah, it's filming. It was not. It was not. Nope. So basically I just did whatever I did on the top, on the bottom, so nothing exciting. But now we're going to go ahead and we're going to dive on into this this highlighting palette. So I'm going to go on into Creepy Crawly. Oh. So even the shade names, Chilling, Creepy Crawly, Thirst, are all there to like match the palette. So I'm going to go into Creepy Crawly, which is this green. And I'm going to use this for the inner corner. Hold on. Okay. Okay, give me a second here. I just want it to kind of show up. They need to be built. So then we're going to go on into that Creepy Crawly shade, and I'm just going to take a little bit on my brush at first and then just kind of work it. Okay, so it's not too dark. Okay. Okay. All right, so there's the highlight. We've done the lower lash line. I think the last thing is the liquid lip, and this is in Ghoulish. Okay, you know, I'm gonna be honest, I have never ever worn a green lipstick, and here's the thing, I can already hear some of you all being like, well, you love a bold lip. So well, listen, I love a bold lip. I don't know if I love it this bold, but we'll I'll see. Okay, so here is the completed and final look using the green, which is the Creepy Crawly. I will say with this, I don't hate the liquid lipstick, but it's really streaky and like breaks up, and I literally just put this on. So that's a little like off-putting to me, like this, like how it's just like so broken up. But again, it's not like the end of the world or anything. So in terms of like the eye, I really like the dark green. I like Squirm. I really like the shimmer. I just didn't care for the other two green shades. I would have preferred something a little bit more grunge, maybe a little bit more olivey, something like that. I think I would have liked that better. I don't think it's awful. I don't think it's like the worst look ever. It's like a trust the process, but like even then, like the process wasn't the best, but like we're here. Like this is where we are. We are here. Yeah. Okay. Well, let me know what you guys think of this look, but let's go ahead and let's move on into day number 2. We are back. I want to go purple. I love purple. I'm a little bit intimidated by the lip. If we're going to be honest, I'm a little bit intimidated. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to dive on into this palette, and we're going to start off with this first shade right here. This is called Abyss. Oh, okay, so this shade has quite a bit of kick up. Just want y'all to be aware, and just going to, okay, I feel like that really disappeared pretty quickly. So let's try this again. Okay, a little bit patchy. Let's go ahead, let's try the stamping, see what happens. Okay, this is definitely helping out quite a bit, but again, it just still is just kind of patchy. I don't know. Alright, and just take some more and blend. Okay. So then we're going to move on into the shade right here called Possess, and we are going to focus that a little bit lower down. Just kind of work them together. This shade right here is very pigmented. The first one was a little bit patchy, definitely needed to be built up, but this shade right here is like strongly pigmented. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to this darkest shade, which is called Morbid. We're just going to start packing that on the outer corner. So now we're going to move on into the shimmer shade, which is this right here called Prey. It's definitely like a pinky purple like shift. I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Wasn't sure how topperish it was going to be on the eyes. It definitely is a little topperish, but I wouldn't say it's anything you can't build. Oh yeah, that is so pretty. Like, oh my gosh, that is absolutely like the prettiest. I love that. And we're back. And this time I know that I am recording. This time I know. All right. So I am really loving how everything is looking right now. I will say I went in with just like regular mascara instead of lashes. You know, I don't know. Trying to give my eyes a little bit of a break from lashes, but like also I love them. So we're just going to start off with that first shade, Abyss, and just smoking that all around. It's going to take a little bit to build it up, but we'll get there. Right? Then we're going to go into that Possess shade, which is kind of like that little bit of like a pinky shade, and just kind of smoke that closer to the lash line. This one's already pretty pigmented. Then we'll go into Morbid last and just focus that on just like the very outer third. Okay. So then, excuse me, I want to dive on into the highlighter palette. So first things first is we're going to go into this shade right here, which is called Chilling, which matches what the palette is called. We are just going to start with my little swoopity boopity and drag it on out, and we may have to do some layering with it, but boy is it really beautiful. And just like that. Okay. So then we're going to go in with Chilling again. I'm just going to collect a little bit on the highlight brush and then just kind of focus it. Is it too dark? No. Okay, thank goodness. I'm nervous the other one's going to be like way too dark for me. So we may have to improvise or come up with something else, or I don't know. Just something. All right, so then finally, lips. This makes me a little nervous, a little bit nervous, but we're gonna be okay. We're gonna make it. Alright, so here's the completed and final look using the purple palette. I will say I markedly like the purple palette a lot more than I liked the green palette. Again, I just felt like the green was just not it for me. But I don't hate the purple lip. Let me just pause. I don't hate the purple lip. It's definitely very wild and vibrant. Not one that I would pick up on my own. But then I really like the green over this. So both are probably colors that I would not like elect by myself, if we're going to be honest. But I think that this has just like come out so cute. So, all right, here we are. So we only have one more palette, one more liquid lipstick, and one more highlight shade. So I will see you guys in just a little bit. We are finally back for like the very last makeup look using all of this, and then we will definitely like go over like what my thoughts were on all of these products. So next up is the Thirst palette. I'm wondering how much I'm going to like love this. I don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of excited. So we're going to go into the first shade right here called Lethal, which is more of like that orange type shade. Okay. Definitely gotta like work on building this up. Kind of I've noticed with like the first shades that you go into, you definitely have to build up, but here's what it looks like in the pan and here's what it's coming out to like on the eyes. So that is like markedly different. So just something to be like mindful of if you're like scared of like going into it because it's going to be too pigmented. I'm not finding that to be the case with this, with at least the first couple of shades. So working that around. Next up is then going to be this shade right here called Bloodline. It almost like on camera it looks a little bit more orange. In person it definitely looks more red, but again it's really hard to formulate like a really good true red. So let's just see, this shade is really pigmented, unlike the orange. So then I want to try something a little bit different. I'm going to go into this shade right here called Baddie. And actually what I would like to do is just like kind of take it all over the lid and outer corner. Just because I do want to see how much better like the shimmers show up with that being like the base of the eye. And then I just kind of like pack the outer corner so it's like a little bit more depth. Okay, so then we're gonna take Dread. This is like a purple, orange, red, gold kind of a color. And we're just gonna take that right on over the black, except for the outer corner. But yeah, okay, that makes a huge difference, I feel like, in comparison to like the other ones where I didn't put down like a darker base. I feel like that's a huge difference, if we're gonna be honest. Huge difference. Would recommend that. Alright, so we are back to do the lower lash line now. So we're gonna go on into that shade called Lethal, which is that orange shade. I'm gonna get as much as I can on the brush and just start smoking that out. As far and as much as I can. I feel like this is looking pretty good. This came off real pigmented on this brush. And then we'll take the Bloodline shade. Just focus that up a little bit closer. And last we'll take Baddie. Just focus that on the very outer part. This is giving me like very like vampy, like vampire vibes. Is it giving that to anybody else? I feel like this is definitely like vampire-esque. So then we're gonna move on into the highlight palette and we'll go into Thirst, which is the exact same as the palette. And so I'm just going to take my highlight brush very, very lightly, tap off. Don't want this to get too much, too quick. I don't know. Okay. So it does show up. It's almost slightly too dark, but again, I'm barely like using any of this. So I will say if you're wanting kind of like an orange-esque highlight, to go with this, but you have really fair skin, such as myself, I would go in with, okay, yeah, here it is. It's this, if you have this One Size Cheek Trio from, One Size, obviously. This is in the shade Firestarter, and they have that like really like blush highlighter hybrid. So that could be a really good option for you as well. I did go in with this matte shade for on my cheeks because I think that just matched so well. So then, last liquid lipstick is Savage, and this is black. So let's, I hope this is a good like black formula. So here is the completed and final look for our third and final look using this palette. So let's go ahead and let's just dive on into what I think of all the products from my least favorite to my most favorite. So my least favorite is probably going to be the purple. I will say I did not have a lot of issues with streakiness with this, but I also am probably not going to wear a purple lip hardly ever, if ever again, truthfully. I might try and like venture out with it maybe a little bit more, but it's definitely one of those where it's like definitely like bold enough where I'm just kind of like, I need to get used to this before I can wear it anywhere. And I'm just not home a whole lot where I could just like wear this and just like sit around and try to be okay with it. Next up is going to be the green liquid lipstick. I actually like this. I like this a lot more than I thought I would. Here's my thoughts on this. One, it was streaky. Two, it wore off terribly. Like, it really just started here and then just slowly kept going. Like, it did not wear off well. It did not wear off well. It was not cute. It was not a cute, thing. It gets all over your teeth. I feel like all of them kind of get all over your teeth, but I felt like this one especially. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was just because of all like their super streakiness or what it was, but it was just real streaky. Next up is going to be this palette. This is the Creepy Crawly. Listen, I love greens. I could do greens all over again. I don't think necessarily this is bad. I don't think the look that I created was bad. I really love this shade right here called Squirm, and I thought that the shimmer was nice. Here's where like my issue is like this is supposed to be like Halloween creepy. And when I open this up, I'm literally like, okay, so are we doing spring or like are we doing Halloween? I would have liked something a little bit more grunge, maybe like a little bit more olive. I think I would have appreciated that more than like the color store we have. But these two shades right here, beautiful, love them. I love that you get a mirror. I really like how everything is kind of like themed together. So like, you know, like the name of the palette matches the highlighter shade, and then you have like a green lip that had the girl, like the same girl on it. So I really like that. I really appreciate that. I think that's really cool. And I like how you could have like the potential to like mix and match. Next up is going to be this black liquid lipstick. I'm a huge black liquid lipstick fan. Like that's something that I really like. But again, it's just really streaky. So it just streaks and just starts to wear off, and then it's just, and this is really within like minutes. And then as the time goes on, it just keeps getting more streaky and streaky and streaky. And I'm just like, okay, maybe not really my vibe. So next up is going to be this palette right here. This is called Chilling. I really, really, really did like this palette. I really loved like the look. I thought it was a beautiful purple look. I would 100% do the purple look all over again. I really like the shimmer. I think it was just like this shade right here, which is Possess, which kind of threw me off a little bit because these are more like blue purples, and then this is just like a very pink purple. And so I'm just kind of like, maybe we should have stuck with more of like another like in between bluish purple instead of going really pink. But again, I could go in with another look and just use these two shades in this, like whatever the case may be. But I think that's just like what threw me off a little bit. So next up in second place is going to be this highlight palette. I love this highlight palette. I think it is so good. I love like the duochromeness of it. I'm able to use these two shades, no issues with my really fair skin. This one does work out, but again, I have to be very, very careful, and I have to go with a very light hand. Again, this actually feels nice and heavy, and again, it has a mirror in it, and I'm really appreciative that all the products come with mirrors, but I really, really love being able to have like a whole palette that I can use with my looks. But again, I'm probably not going to reach into like duochrome or colored highlighters as much as I would like a champagne or a gold or something like that. That would work for my skin tone. So that's why this is ranked a little bit lower, but I really, really do like this. And then in first place is going to be this palette right here. I love this look. Like, I am obsessed. You can't tell me nothing. I am obsessed with this look. Like, it's so pretty. And I really found that putting that black base underneath really helped. I was a little bit nervous about this orange being in here, but yet somehow it just feels like it still just like really ties it all together. And that I was like, oh, okay, interesting. Like, I was a little bit nervous about the orange, like it not being tied together, like really throwing the look off. It really didn't. I'm so impressed. I love this. So do I think that this box was worth it? So the box is $100. And so you get 3 quads, a really nice highlighter palette, and some satin liquid lipsticks. I feel like, so you get 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. You get 7 products for $100. That would be the equivalent of them being, so 7 into 10 goes into 1. So it leaves you with 3, 30, so like $14. So it'd be a little over $14 for like each product. And I feel that is super fair because if you think about it, I don't know, I would say like maybe like $10 each for these. And then I would say probably like maybe like 15 to 20 for like each of these. So that's 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90. And then this highlight palette would probably be easily like $30. So you definitely get your money's worth. Of course, they could be priced more. I don't know how much they are, how they would be individually priced because that wasn't on there. And none of these products, I don't know if they have quads on there. I haven't seen quads before. Or like a highlight palette with just only 3 in there. I'm not sure how well it was priced, but honestly, I thought it was a really good deal. I'm really excited with like everything that I got. Of course, the liquid lipsticks are a little bit not really my thing. Just like they're streaky. They get all over the teeth. I mean, it's just like, it's everywhere. And it just doesn't fade as nicely. But I am obsessed with the highlight palette and the quads. They're pretty good. Like the Thirst one and is it the Creepy Crawly? Whatever one's not green. The like red and the purple ones. Love. The green one I would love more for spring or maybe doing something different like a halo eye or something. But I mean, I think this was a great deal. That is it for today's video. I hope that you all enjoyed. If you did, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget, go and hit that subscribe button down below. Click the little bell so you're notified of all my future uploads. As well as go follow me over on Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye.